I'm going to be doing a painting with oil paints. I am basically just wetting the top of the canvas a little bit with a little turpentine. This is odorless turpentine. Make sure you use odorless, otherwise you'll be running everybody out of the house. Make sure you work in a well-ventilated area when you work with oil paints. And the only reason I put that on is it makes the paint flow a little easier. And I'm just scumbling some sky area and picked up a little more white. Going back in with a little more of the blues. Ultramarine blue or phthalo blue, either one is fine. I believe I have phthalo blue on this one. And just sort of scumbling in a little sky area. Same dirty brush, I'm going to pick up some whites. Just putting in what looks like maybe some clouds floating by. A little bit over here. Get it right up in that corner. Maybe. And I'm just working the canvas here and there. I'm going to leave the brush strokes in there. I'm going to pick up just a slight tab of the red, cadmium red, along with the white, very light touch of the blue. Maybe a little color down here. All right. I'm just gonna, not cleaning my brush, I'm just sort of wiping excess paint off. I'm gonna take some of the blues, touch of the reds, mix those together. Maybe just a tap of the browns. Not much brown. I don't want a brown mountain. I want a sort of a purple mountain. I'm going to take a touch of white, just sort of test that color. Yeah, I like that. And I'm just doing the top. And I don't want them all the same height. Okay. Gonna just wipe the brush off, pick up just a little bit of the white. Still got a lot of the blue still in there, but I'm gonna leave the tops of the mountain. I just wanna underneath bring that color down. Wipe the brush again, just still leaving the color on it, just wiping it real good on my paper towels or rag, whatever you're using. I'm gonna pick up some white, and then right at the bottom of the mountain, kind of mist that out. That mist is going to be your separator. Okay, back into some whites. Basically it's white, but I do have a little bit of blue on it. And then I'm just gonna touch and pull a little bit of color down the side of that mountain on the light side. You can do this with a knife if it's easier. And maybe a little over here. And just kind of, I'm barely touching it. I'm just sort of letting the canvas pull off what it wants. A little bit more here. I go in and just barely touch the blue. Just because I want to pull some of that white this way, but I don't want it that bright. There. There you go. I'm going to pick up a little more white over here. Okay. There, I like that. Okay, I'm going to wipe the brush again. Not even cleaning it. I haven't cleaned the brush yet. Just keep wiping it off on my paper towel. Alright, I'm going to go into some green. Just a little bit of white mixed in, a little bit of yellow mixed in, but keeping it basically dark. Pulling my brush through. And I'm kind of turning the brush almost like a chisel and just sort of a zigzag along that base line. And then I'm just going to kind of go across and lift a little bit. Back into the greens. And I'm going to sort of, you can see it's a little bit darker, just kind of drag it across. And maybe do a little lift on that. I can pull a little down. Pull that through. I'm going to get a little chiseled edge and maybe back and forth, just a couple little trees there. Nothing, don't want anything really stand out. Just make it look like maybe there's a couple trees there. All right. Still have that green on it. Picking up a little more darker green. Just keep getting more dark greens. And I'm gonna scumble in. Oh, maybe there's a tree here. Over on this side. Just not trying to do a lot of drawing with it, just sort of trying to keep more of a tree shape, but just kind of scumbling it in a little bit. Put a little more in there. Maybe we'll get a little darker down here. You see how I turn my brush over when I run out of paint on one side? Yeah. Get that edge there. Okay, now I'm going to go into same dirty brush, but I'm going to pick up some yellows. And I'm just going to kind of if it doesn't want to come off, just touch a little bit of your odorless turpentine. Thin paint will come off on a thick paint. And I don't want to hide all the darks. I want to put some highlights on. I'm going to touch a little red, mix it in with that yellow. Sort of an orangey yellow. Just touch that turpentine a little bit on this side. Turn that brush a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go back into the darker greens. Still haven't cleaned the brush. We're going to put some darker colors down here. All right. Okay, I'm going to wipe that brush off. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the browns. I'm going to pull that brush flat across that, both sides, so that I get that sharp edge. Maybe right there is a nice trunk coming down. I'm going to do the same thing. Pull it through. There's another coming there. I'll get a nice trunk down the bottom. Same thing on the other side. This one, we're only going to see the bottom of the trunk, maybe. Down there. Or maybe a limb up here or something sticking out. Okay. Wipe that off. Back into my greens. Picking up some of the little yellows. And just, we're going to put a little bit of leaves inside in front of the trunk. There we go. So hide it back there. Get some of that oranges. There we go. All right. Pick up some of the yellows, greens, a little bit of the yellow ochre. And then I'm going to kind of tap in along here. Scrubbing a little bit of ground here. Get some under here. Let's get a little darker under the trees. We'd have a shadow under there. And see how you get that lighter and then the darker, it gives you a different, almost a little different plane. Kind of pushes everything back. Get a little darker for the other side here too, underneath that tree. And I'm pushing up a little bit, make it look like some shrubs, bushes are growing along there. I'm gonna go into my yellow ochre. Maybe something's growing here. A little bit on top there. Okay. Gonna wipe my brush off. This time I think I'm gonna actually clean. This is the first time I'm cleaning my brush. Getting some of that green out because I want to pick up some blues. A little bit of white. Maybe. Yeah, we got a little pond here. More blues here. Pick up some whites. Going straight through the white. Just kind of, I'm going to pull some of those greens down in there. I'm going to take my fan brush, just straight white. There's a little bit of blue on it, but basically it's white. I'm going to take it, pull straight down, right where that water is. And off and lightly go across. And we got ourselves some water there. Back into the greens. Same dirty brush now. put some shrubs here coming up. This is basic, just dark greens. I'm gonna pick up some of the browns. Maybe some rocks or something over here. Back to my greens. Right now I'm just literally covering the white of the canvas. Okay, I think we got that pretty well covered. All right, I'm just gonna wipe the brush off a little bit. I'm gonna go into basic yellow, pick up a little bit of white, lighten that up. Just touch my paint thinner here. And here, I'm just gonna sort of tap across there a little bit. Put some highlights right there. Maybe a touch of red. Just working my different yellows. I got yellow ochre here. And I'm just sort of lightly tapping. Just adding some highlights to the top of the bushes and shrubs. Back into my bright yellows. And got a nice yellow bush here. Gonna get a little red. This time I'm tapping the brush into the, see how it's open. Gonna pop a little red bush in here. Oh, maybe over here too. Now I'm tapping straight into the paint here. Nice yellow bush here. Let's get into some yellow ochre. And you do one bush at a time. There's one here. Let's go into a couple of the, little bit of the reds. Maybe here. Back into the bright yellows. Maybe we'll grab a little bit of white to that, brighten that up. Right here. Nice bright one. Here I think we're just gonna, we're almost laying it flat. And just tap across. Maybe I'll put a, oh, let's put a nice bright yellow one here in that corner. Tap a little of the red. nice. There. Oh. That one over there. Okay. I'm gonna go back to some of my dark greens. You can kind of stand back, see what needs something here. We need a little darker shadow underneath that tree. Maybe over here. A little darker. Coming in. Here I think I'm going to pick up some white and my bright yellow. Right across here I'm going to put a little streak of sunshine. And the more you tap, the more it sort of fades in, gets a softer look. Maybe. Not much, just pull up a little. Take some of my browns and I'm going to put white on one side, a little bit of white on one side of it. Where's the brown? Kind of lost my brown here. Add a little color in there. Put that up. Alright. Okay, I think we'll clean my brush. And let's go see what we got. I think I'm going to take just plain brown on one side. I'm going to touch a little bit of my paint thinner. And I'm going to pull it through the whites. So one side, both sides I had brown, and then I just pull it through some whites. Now let's see, where can let's start up here. Barely touching. And I'm going to push down a little harder as I come down. Back to my browns. One side with white. Same thing here, very light, and then start pushing, getting harder. We got a tree there. I'm gonna take my yellows, my greens. I'm gonna smash my brush in so it's wide open. And then I'm gonna just back and forth. Picking up more paint. Get a little darker down here. There we go. Maybe a little bit of yellows. Just don't want a lot. Just here and there. Little highlights on one side. Some greens right here. I'm just gonna kind of drag it across a little bit of grass right in there. Bring it down in here. I'm gonna take some browns, come across, maybe a little pathway take a little more of the bright yellow. I'm gonna highlight this one just here and there. Here, I like that better. I think I'm gonna just scribble something along in here. There's my whites. Kind of highlight that a little bit. Maybe there's some rocks or something out here. There you go. This kind of breaks up that green, all that green that's in there. All right, I think we have a finished painting. This is oil color, and we can actually take the back of the brush and maybe scratch in a couple twigs here and there. We're all finished. Hope you enjoyed that.